Money FM 89.3. Best of Friday Night Live. Friday Night Fibbing.
Yes, indeed, folks. It's that time again where one of us tells a story and the other one has to guess whether it's the truth or Friday Night Fibbing. Last week, Naz, the wonderful Naz, in Dan's absence, drew level. I think we're 8 each. I'm sure James will tell us.
We're even.
So, Dan, it's over to you.
Well, it is my time to get Neil. I think it's time for me to at least bring myself up to the advantage because since the start of this year, you've been topping me, right? I think one. I've been trying to keep up with you, Neil. So this week,
I'll just update you.
Yeah.
Breaking news from James.
Okay.
It's 9 each.
Oh, it's 9 each.
9 each.
Nice.
Dan, don't lose focus, says James.
James, I got this in the bag. Trust me. Okay?
Go on then.
All right, Neil. So, in light of my recent Sepang escapade, I've decided to do one, just talking a little bit more about the day or the fantastic weekend that I had last week. So, this is Friday Night Fibbing, and this is my story. Now, you know that I was rushing around all day because right after the show on Friday, I did the morning show from 6 to 9 a.m.
Yep.
I had a flight to catch at 11 a.m. because I was going for the afternoon session at Sepang. So I had to rush to the airport. I packed my bags, got all my stuff. At least I thought I did. Went to Sepang, rushed down, went to the circuit, I unzipped my luggage. I was with my friend. Opened my bag. I found my suit. I found my gloves. There was one thing that I forgot, and I couldn't believe myself. I forgot my pair of boots. So, I panicked, obviously, because without a proper pair of boots, you obviously wouldn't be able to ride and track, right? So I had to go around asking a kind soul who was about the same height as me if I could use it for the day.
That's a challenge.
Yeah. No, it's okay. There were like a couple of short guys out there, so it's okay, And so I had to borrow for that session. It was like a good 4 hours, so I had to use his boots for that session. And then because my partner was coming over the next day, I had to trouble her to bring my boots from Singapore because she was joining me in Sepang that night. I think she was traveling after work. So she would bring the boots over, pass it to me, and I could use my fresh pair of boots the second time I was on track. So the first time I was on track, I forgot my boots, had to ride with another person's boots. I didn't really care about the hygiene at that point in time because I was just all over the place, and that was disastrous because my mind was literally just, whatever works out, I'll just take what I can get. So that's pretty much it.
What size are you?
Depends, UK or US?
Both.
So I'm a UK 7.5 to 8.
Really?
Yeah.
Your feet look tiny.
Yeah. No.
So US, you're like 9+.
So US, I'm like about an 8 or 8 and I think 8.5.
That means a 7. UK is one size less.
No. Yeah, so I'm probably like an 8.5. US, yeah.
And UK 7.5.
7.5 to maybe like 9. But because when it comes to boots, right, they're a little bit tight. So you got to be a little bit bigger, especially since how, the leather on the boots are a little bit.
So who did you get boots from?
Oh, it was from this guy. He was called Samuel. He didn't write the same brand as me, but I had to approach him. I had to approach like 5 people before I found him. And he was luckily not within the same group as me because obviously the track was split between 3 categories for each hour, A, B, and C. I was categorized in group C. So that's where all the newbies are at. B is where the intermediate riders are at. And A, of course, the advanced. So this guy, he was riding in Group B, and his session was just done. Right? He was just walking around with his suit like that. He looked like the same height. I panicked because I didn't have much time. So I ran into him. I was like, "Hi, bro. I'm so sorry, but I forgot my boots. It's weird to ask, but do you mind if I use it for the next 20 minutes for my set 3? He was like, "Huh? What?" Because we were running out of time, and the coach was rushing me to get out of track.
So he'd already been on his bike?
He had already been on his bike.
So his boots would have stank and been wet and everything.
Neil,
sweaty.
it was wet. It was like soaking with sweat. That was how gross it was.
And
but
where was
I didn't
he
want to
from?
waste it.
Where was he from, this guy?
Singapore.
He was from Singapore.
Yeah.
Well, he could have been from Malaysia. You make it sound like it's obvious.
Oh, yeah. It's an international thing, but he's from Singapore. And I didn't really ask much about what he did. But we were talking about bikes the whole entire time. He rides Kawasaki.
So, to wait for you to finish. If you hadn't have been there, what would he have done next? Would he have just gone back and showered or something?
No. Because the session, for the afternoon session, it runs from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. So it's a 4-hour block. And within each hour, After your session, you get a 40 minutes break because imagine, let's say you're doing Group C. Once you're done, you got to wait for Group A to be done and then Group B to be done. And then your turn repeats again in Group C. So at least during the session, he had a good 40 minutes break to just cool off and just take it chill while I was writing during my session. And then when I was done, he still had another 20 minutes to wait out for me before his session would start, about 40 minutes later.
Okay, what do you guys think? You've heard the story so far. So Dan rushed up to Sepang to take part on this motorbike GP track. Had everything with him last minute except the boots. Yeah. So he borrowed these boots
One
from
of the most
a very accommodating chaps called Samuel, who gave him his stinking, soaking wet, sweaty boots. And he went around on them for 20 minutes plus until his partner, that's Dan's partner, returned later with his actual pair of riding boots.
She could only pass to me at night because her flight was scheduled for 8 p.m. And by the time the first track day was done, I could only use it for the second track day. So first day, I was essentially just using someone else's boots.
James says, Neil, Dan is telling it as it is. Yes, I have a theory on that. Fuji Ren is... okay, he's still typing. What do the other guys think? WhatsApp, 88550893.
I want to know your thoughts
Send me
first.
your questions. Send me your interrogation points for him. All right. What did the boots feel like? Did it affect your riding? They stank. They were wet.
So here's the thing.
Did you have your own
time,
socks and everything, right?
I had my own socks, but my boots, I didn't put it in. So the thing is, initially, I couldn't get used to it because I haven't actually worn even my boots in Singapore and tried it on my bike. But after a while, I felt like it wasn't as stiff as I thought it'd be because I think because he's used it, because he's been on the track a couple of times before. So the leather was like worn in. It didn't feel as stiff, and I felt like it took me like 2 or 3 rounds to kind of get used to it. It was a little bit unhygienic. It was a bit weird. But I told him, you know what? I'm so sorry, bro. I'll buy you lunch when we're back in Singapore or something. But can you please help me for this one? Because if I don't get the pair of boots, I'm gonna have to sit off for the entire day.
Well, I would still be sitting there because nobody's got a US 13 boots.
Oh yeah. Definitely
I'm out of the game.
I was going to use my friend's one because I tried his.
Yeah, you was there with a friend,
because I
right?
had 2 friends. One, Adrian, but he was riding with me. And then this other guy called Gerald. Gerald wears a size, I think, 10 or 11. So I tried it. Neil, there was not a chance. There was so much gap. My boots was like essentially fall. My hand
Okay. I don't need a life history of your friend's boots. When you were riding, what did it feel like? Did it have an impact? Did it feel, or you just forgot about it?
I pretty much just forgot about it because I was so stressed about just getting my head in the right space on track. I forgot about the fact that I wore someone's boots.
What did the Samaritan say when you returned the boots? Or what did you say to him?
Oh, I was like, bro, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to use it for the next few rounds if you don't mind. Because we have I literally
But
don't have
he
any
has
boots.
next rounds as well, right?
Yeah, he has. So once he's done, he'll pass it to me, I'll use it, and then after that, we'll just rinse and repeat. But after I'm done, he has a good 20 minutes rest again before his turn, because he's in
So you're never riding at the same time.
So we're never like
So you're passing the baton instead you're passing boots back and forth. These boots would be stinking steaming by the end of it.
That was why I was so stressed on the first day. I couldn't sit still. I couldn't really appreciate the track until my boots came on the second day.
I tell you, those boots could have walked to the track by themselves by the time you were finished. Right, Fuji Ren says, I think it's a fib, Neil. Dan probably saw this taking place for another person at the track and decided to use this as a fib, to fib us. Well, I don't believe Dan will forget to pack his boots. It's too big to miss. Now, the problem is James says it's the truth.
Yes.
And we know James is always right.
Of course. So who are you going to choose?
At the moment, let me tell you my thinking.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards fibbing because the story's perfect.
Yeah.
It is absolutely perfect.
I know, because it happened.
I know, it's perfectly true.
Yeah.
And you did rush, and everything is true. But I just, even though you've got the
You
world's...
can ask my partner, Neil.
Even though you've got the world's daintiest, smallest feet.
Okay, wait, hang on. The shoes I'm wearing now runs a size smaller, so that's why.
Don't make excuses for your little baby feet.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Even though you've got tiny feet. And I'm not making any jokes about feet.
Okay.
But even though you've got tiny feet, I cannot believe you would forget the boots. I just can't believe that. Because you would have the helmet, you'd have the gloves. It's like forgetting your underwear. It's like the dream when you were a kid and you go to school with no clothes on.
Let me tell you what I packed for the day, okay? Prior to the track day. So I had my luggage, a small little luggage. I didn't buy a check-in baggage. So I could only fit my gloves and my suit in that baggage. And I had another backpack that I was going to put my boots into, but I figured, it would be a bit of a hassle. So I decided to put the boots in a separate, shoe bag. Put it by the side, went to work, The only thing I brought with me was the luggage. Because I woke up at 4 a.m. on the same day. Because I had to go for my morning show.
So just clarify one thing, because your partner brought up the boots in the end. But by the time she brought them, had you finished?
I had finished the first day, but I could use
the second day
boots.
you went back, didn't you? I didn't think you did riding on the second day.
Yeah, I did riding on the second day. Yeah.
Okay. So the second day you wore
second day
your
I
own
could use
boots.
it again. Yeah.
All right. Last chance, guys. What do you think? WhatsApp 88550893. Did Dan really forget his boots, his riding boots, and wore someone else's on the Sepang racing track when he went motorcycling? WhatsApp 88550893. Did you see the guy again the next day? Did it become like an ongoing joke between you?
Dude, it became like an ongoing joke. We were like laughing all about it. I was like, dude, you want to use my boots instead now? I'm happy for you to use it because I felt so bad, right? And like there was no way for me to repay him for his kindness. So I told him, you know what? Let me take down your number. Let me take you on a meal. We'll go for rides when we're back in Singapore. And perhaps just, made a new friend then. So...
Okay, this is what I'm going to say. If James has got this right, then I'm seriously going to believe that James is somehow hidden in this studio.
Yeah.
Or has got, or should be working for the FBI.
Or he's just like watching us from
or
somewhere.
CSI or CPIB in Singapore, or whatever,
Yeah.
because it's freakish.
Yeah.
Because, Dan,
Yeah.
and I'm probably overthinking this, and
Yeah.
I am probably going to regret it,
Yeah.
but I do think on this one, the story's just too perfect. And yes, you are Blur, and yes, you run around everywhere,
Yep.
but I cannot believe you'd forget your riding boots.
You wouldn't imagine how.
So I'm going to regret this. But I'm going to say, Dan, it's Friday Night Fibbing.
You sure?
No, but I'll stick with it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Here goes.
Don't change your mind. Tell the truth.
Of course I'll tell the truth, Neil. Well, here's what happened. There was indeed some hiccups during my first Sepang trip.
Yep.
And I did forget some stuff, indeed.
Yeah.
Brought it down, opened my luggage. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot it. So what I had forgotten was a headscarf. I put it over my head. Then you wear it just before the helmet. And then, that was what I forgot. I had my boots, I had my gloves. That was the first thing I packed. It was
Just say
hard
it.
for me to
What
miss.
What was it? Your
what?
story was?
That was indeed Friday Night Fibbing.
And that puts me back in the lead.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.